Both decks.
Let's watch the next match. So Zadian will move on against Patriots.
Big fan of this archetype, Bakalol. So I guess we'll switch up some of these featured cards.
Let me just make sure that there's no spoilers before we do this.
Oh yeah. Ideally, if our admins should be running, cool. Looks like the admins are doing it. Only updating it after we watch the match, which is great, so we don't get any spoilers on the bracket.
Cool. I think you were saying something, but
No, let's move on to this match. This ESL-YO we watched earlier playing the Prince deck, but this is a rare match that we don't get to see a whole lot of.
I wish we could see the Dark Prince stats.
Prince and
The Dark Prince stats. We have the Prince. We have the Prince. Let's take a look at him.
Well, let's see. Actually, let's put on ESL-YO's side. I think we have the red one right now. Red is Bakalol. We're going to have to put the Prince up there because we've got the first double Prince deck we've seen in a long time. We talked about that triple Charger deck being around. So I call this a triple Charger deck. I don't know if there's a true name for it, but the idea behind it is that you use both Princes and Mini P.E.K.K.A. to overwhelm the opponent's defense against just non-stop charging attacks. That they might have, you know, goblins or skeletons or guards, but they don't have enough to stop multiples of them. And when you're talking earlier about split pushing, this is a deck that split pushes very well because you can put something like a Prince behind your King Tower in one lane and then commit a bunch of elixir to the other lane, and it's hard to stop both pushes at the same time. I actually am fond of this deck. I'm hoping Bakalol wins this because this is the archetype that I have had the most tournament success with myself.
Oh,
this triple charger. I finished second in a big tournament and won, like, you know, a big multi-thousand card chest with a deck like this. Some of the innovations I see in the list is running Ice Spirit.
Yeah.
Which we haven't seen. Yeah, very cool. On the other end, we've got ESL-YO running
Giant Prince.
Yeah, giant poison deck that is with spicing it up with a little bit of Prince action in there. Go ahead and put the giant down.
I like that. So I got to see if ESL-YO can sell me on this. And obviously he's won with this now that he's here in the tournament. But again, Giant Prince is just something that it's so expensive in terms of the elixir investment. And I just haven't really seen it up against combinations that really justify it.
I think one of the key interactions here will be how good is Bakalol at stopping this giant push? Because we say how hard it is to get giant. I mean, it's hard to do enough damage to giant before it dies. It is not that hard when you've got Prince, Mini P.E.K.K.A., Guard, all these other cards. So a lot of times what you can do is they have, like, you know, giant and something else. You play Prince and something else. You end up not only killing that giant push pretty decisively, but then you have a scary counter push, a full health Prince, etc.
Absolutely.
Pushing back your way. So here we go. We see the Prince is going to ride right through this poison and not take too much damage from it.
Yep.
Ooh, good play by the guards there.
Interesting. Ice Spirit's going to freeze everything up, and that might be just enough to give him the advantage. He might even want to play one more card on top of that Mini P.E.K.K.A. Nice, that shield.
And wow, with the Mini P.E.K.K.A. does.
Oh, and here comes. Now he's in trouble. What do you have? Look at ESL-YO's hand. There's actually nothing in his hand.
Zap is one of the most common things you can play against this deck, actually.
The Prince is going to connect. Doesn't get the charge.
You counter those giant pushes with Princes, and the Prince push back really hard.
Nice. Big damage on the left side.
They have so much hit points. I mean, if you look at it, 1,500 hit points is a lot. It's more than a Mini P.E.K.K.A. You know, it's actually almost, it's about 1,000 less than a Royal Giant.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Guards against Prince is clean. Easy trade. Take that any time of the day. And the question is, will ESL-YO opt to poison the collector again? Because last time that really didn't work out for him.
No, yeah. I think it definitely gives the opening. I think you want it on your defensive pushes because these giants the Princes can get hung up on zap, skeletons, whatever. You can get a lot of value out of the poison on defense.
Again, they're both throwing their Princes into guards, which I don't really know if I.
Ooh, Mini P.E.K.K.A. there gets caught up by guards.
Okay, so the guards are a very high value card in this matchup. Now Baka doesn't have.
Those Princes actually survive without losing his shield like he did the first time, so he may be able to charge a little further. Ooh, look at that Ice Spirit there as sort of a second zap for that deck.
Wow, okay, so he actually does end up playing the Prince. Nice zap, good zap.
And it keeps the Princess alive to start chipping away at that tower. You see, cycle wellness to get a second Princess.
I like that Ice Spirit.
Ooh, and the guards are dead. So now both those Princesses are going to live, psych, until the Musketeer starts picking them off.
Yep. Unfortunate. The Giant gets DPS down.
That Musketeer has just been doing work on ESL-YO, so I feel like that's the amount of if you can even see it, like that's the amount of value that you can start to see ESL-YO gain an elixir advantage on the back of that one musketeer that killed, 8 elixir worth of stuff or more.
Yep. Here comes a big giant prince push. But again, the guards are going to stop that prince pretty handily. It doesn't have the tower damage to help out, so it'll be interesting to see if they can actually do it all the way.
The Ice Spirit blocks the prince, preventing any damage to this counter push. And look at that. That is
This is a deadly combination.
That's 13 elixir worth of meanness.
Ooh, Prince plus, or Princess plus Dark Prince takes down the guards pretty handily. But I don't know if this... Oh, there's another one. He's going to have to play Giant.
Yeah, the problem is that Giant on defense is a very good defensive play here when you have something like Musketeer.
Yeah.
Like you'll happily take that value.
Yeah. So the question is, can Baka somehow turn this around to give him a scary enough push?
I think Baka has actually already turned it around by getting 2 princesses out. We saw last time how the one Musketeer killed both princesses and provided a lot of value, but once those 2 princesses get out and just are applying a lot of overlapping AoEs, that's when you can tell this deck is starting to turn it around.
A very fast...
My man Bakalol.
Very fast dropping game. Cards were being played very quickly, and guards were definitely the hero of that matchup. Just constantly on both sides, guards were key cards to be played. I think the big difference was, as you were mentioning, the princesses for Baka. The fact that he was able to keep the double princess alive really helped clear the path for the prince and a dark prince.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the biggest fear you have with all those triple charger characters is minions, right? Minions are the actual worst thing you could ever want to go up against. And if you don't have things like Zap, Princess, whoa, we got loggies. If you don't have like Zap, Princess, and all other stuff, you're never gonna get your pushes through.
Yeah. All right. So how should we arrange this? So do we want to keep the prince up there for ESL?
Yeah, why not? Oh no, we have to switch it. Giant switch to Prince.
So I'm not exactly sure what.
Yeah, we don't get to use Prince too much. Yeah. Let's keep him up there. We'll have to make one for guards.
Interesting, the charge damage on Prince is like 638 damage or so. It's a ton.
It's it's a good amount of damage. It's enough to one-hit a Barbarian and leaves things like Musketeer and Wizard, Mini P.E.K.K.A. just barely alive.
Prince Poison? Maybe. Maybe. We'll think about it.
We've got Log here, and I imagine the Log is there not only to go along with the Mini P.E.K.K.A., but of course to keep people off of your Musketeer and your Giant. That's pretty cool.
I wonder. Log. It's actually curious, if you have the Mini P.E.K.K.A., and let's go ahead and get this game started while we're talking. If you get this situation where your Mini P.E.K.K.A. is right in front of your opponent's tower, and then they play a card like Guards or something, or another Mini P.E.K.K.A. to try to defend it, if you log and push that defensive card out of the way, will the Mini P.E.K.K.A. retarget to the tower and just take a swing?
Yes. It'll retarget. Yeah, any sort of displacement force, it works like a stun effect where you can push people off your tower. It's actually, Log is the only way to push Hog Rider off of your tower. Like, for example, if a Hog Rider is locked on,
you have like
you play a cannon, it just moves the Hog to the side, doesn't push him back like it does in Prince. But if you log them and then play a cannon, that does work.
Interesting. So interesting things to think about. Here comes Le Prince. Guards. Ah, there we go. Ooh. And maybe this is a situation where we're talking about the log.
Oh man, look at this push here on the right side. Looks pretty intimidating. That Mini P.E.K.K.A. is going to get close. Well, maybe not with them rolling guards around. The guards cleaned it up pretty quickly. Of course, that Mini P.E.K.K.A. takes no guff. From,
still pretty good. I mean, that Giant did a good amount of
really
about 500 damage.
Really beneficial, actually, for ESL-YO that the Princess is locked on. Allows that Mini P.E.K.K.A. to walk up and just take her out.
Yeah, has to play another card.
Wow. Oh, that tower's still going. He has nothing to stop the Giant in his deck, or he's playing the Mini P.E.K.K.A. to counter other Mini P.E.K.K.A.s as opposed to using it against the Giant like we would all want you to.
I almost think like Log as a defensive card is very, very hard to justify. I would almost just throw that Elixir in offense every single time, just because relying on it in terms of defense. I mean, you saw he still had to play the Mini P.E.K.K.A. in front of the...
You're right. Because the tower wasn't, or the tower was attacking, but the Princess wasn't helping out.
Yeah.
I like how that dragged the guards backwards and allowed them to help on the push. It's unfortunate that the Princess is going to clean them out, but, and it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Wow, I just feel like we talk about how hard it is to stop Giant. Bakalol does not seem to, it's funny, last game was just crushing these Giants and pushing back really hard, and this deck seems to struggle a lot with just stopping a pretty basic Giant poison push.
Yeah. I think a lot of it has to do with offset cycling because Bakalol had to do some pretty dramatic defense and commit cards that he didn't really want to. He had to spend, for example, log mini P.E.K.K.A. on one card on the side. That means the giant cycle was offset, and the second giant that ESL-YO played on the right got a lot of mileage. Let's see if that's the case here. Guards mini P.E.K.K.A. seems to be a good combination of cards today.
Yeah, definitely. Guards took a little bit to show up in the tournament scene, I think, because it's an epic, or it's a new card, it's an epic, it takes a while for people to get into level 4. We're even seeing a lot of people with level 3 guards doing very well, so it's not even that people have a tournament cap. Oh no.
I
And
think
it looks like this
Bakalol is
might be,
tapping out.
oh yeah, Bakalol's going to let it go. I think he realizes with only 20 seconds left, there's no way to do both.
So the curious thing is now Baka is still going to have to play his log deck, and ESL-YO has to play the alternate deck, which I don't exactly remember what it is. Yeah. Oh, no, 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 no. We don't want to watch that again. All right, let's see where we are at here. I believe this was
Game 2.
So here is the third game. Let us see.
So we have a minor control deck
lightning.
for ESL-YO. It's the lightning one, right, that we saw earlier. Against, this giant poison thing. Now, on the benefit for Bakalol is there's no giant in the enemy deck. So that struggle to deal with those cards is maybe not so bad. On the downside is he's got a giant and the opponent has an Inferno Tower.
Inferno Tower, yep. So I think let's go ahead and put the Musketeer up here. Musketeer against towers in general are really, really great just because of the range that they have. Super important in...
Actually, for blue, the blue side needs to be something else. Blue should probably be giant.
Oh, I did it the wrong way around.
Actually, put up Elixir Collector there, because I think one of the key things for Bakalol in this game is going to be... oh yeah, and then red needs something else. Probably Miner. I'd probably put Miner versus Elixir Collector. I think one of the key things is if Bakalol can defend his collectors against enemy miners and there's no big push coming afterwards, then Bakalol can build up these big pushes that overwhelm the Inferno Tower. But if not, and those Elixir Collectors get chewed up over and over again, well...
Yeah, it's going to hurt your potential.
You're not going to be able to crack an Inferno Tower with just 10 Elixir at a time.
Oftentimes dealing with these defensive towers is not necessarily even about evenly trading against the Inferno Tower. It's about trading enough that they don't actually have an option to deal with everything extra that you use to defeat the tower.
And there we see, great start, by the way, for Bakalol. He got the log on the Princess, got the mini P.E.K.K.A. on the Miner. So far, things are looking great for Bakalol to start this game. He's doing everything we talked about in the pre-match about what should be done, really, to stop this.
This mini P.E.K.K.A. will be stopped, but justifies the use of poison. Going to get a good 200 or so damage.
Yeah. Now, ESL-YO has lightning. Now he has it in hand. Didn't always have it before. So Bakalol might be a little surprised on future Elixir Collectors.
Nice. Oh, not nice.
Take a little splash damage there.
Oh, still gets a shot off. Oh no, and the Musketeer squeezes in front.
Oh! Pushed around on the tight bridge.
Nice.
Unfortunately, that mini P.E.K.K.A. placed perfectly. Almost didn't even need the Inferno Tower because the mini P.E.K.K.A. would have killed both of it. But now you got about 35 seconds left of Inferno Tower guard on your side.
Yep. And it's not going to do great against the guards, but just peace of mind. No need to spend any extra elixir here.
Has Baka seen a miner yet? He has. So I feel like you should probably be playing those Elixir
wow.
Collectors
Oh no, you got to be looking. Keep your eyes open.
It's a great little psych out. I like that.
Oh my god, and it actually hurts a lot. The 3 minions actually make their way. So log to always trade against Princess, which is, it's all right. It's okay.
Princess is definitely one of the most common cards. It's every week that I do these deck list reports on Reddit that you can check out. Last week's is on Reddit right now if you go down like a page or two, and I'll post the next one on Friday for this tournament. One of the most common cards played week in and week out is Princess. It's just so versatile. It goes in so many different decks. That I think that is definitely one of the strong suits.
Okay.
So he doesn't know about lightning. He didn't know about lightning.
This is gonna start getting tough for Baka if he lets it go. Okay. Oh. No.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god.
Skimpy defense. You wanted to go cost effective, but you needed to make sure that the minions were down.
Right. This is, not looking good. So here we go. Baka. Wow. So after a dominating Game 1 performance with that triple charger deck, drops games 2 and 3. I mean, it's 18 seconds left, but it doesn't look like
it looks pretty tough.
Yeah, I don't see anything coming down in the next 15 seconds.
There's an Inferno Tower still too.
Yeah. So wow, that triple charger deck really impressed us. I mean, like that was really strong. That was a very dominating game, but it seemed like the second deck list here, not quite familiar enough with it to be able to take it home. That shows how deck building and being able to play a variety of different styles is key to being the best Clash Royale player in the world. Bakalol brought, I think, a very good and innovative deck list to this top 8. And but you need 2. You need 2 to advance far in the Super Magical Cup. So congratulations on your first top 8, Bakalol. I think that was we were happy to watch your games.
Yeah.
And we will see you hopefully next week where you get a little further.
I would like to see him figure out some way to continue pushing the